began this week with the news of an attempted attack on India's highest judicial office, the Chief Justice of India. A lawyer attempted to throw a shoe at the Chief Justice of India, Justice Gavai, during the court proceedings, but was stopped by the security personnel. 71-year-old lawyer, who has now been suspended, in fact, brazened it out after the attack. While the opposition injected a caste angle to the attack, calling it a targeted attack on Dalits and one that outraged Dalits across the country, the attacker himself denied that it had anything to do with his caste. Even as he was whisked out of the courtroom, he reportedly said, "Sanatan ka apman nahi sahega Hindustan." Now remember, this incident also comes just days after the Chief Justice of India's observations during a hearing where he told the petitioner to go ask the deity himself when he made a prayer on the restoration of an idol in Khajuraho. To discuss more on this, we are now joined by former Solicitor General of India, Mr. Harish Salve. Many thanks, Mr. Harish Salve, for speaking to Times Now. First up, how do you respond to the turn of events involving the attempted attack on the Chief Justice of India in the Supreme Court by a lawyer?
I would not escalate it to match an expression event in the day of the Supreme Court. It's an incident, unfortunate incident, that it's a member of the legal profession. He behaved in a manner unbecoming of a lawyer. We all have our points of view. We all have our differences. We have all been from time to time critical of what the judges have said, what the judges have written, what the judges have done. But there is a way of expressing your criticism. And this is not the way in which lawyers are expected to behave. But it was 2 minutes in the course of a day. It is an incident. I think the media has escalated this into some major controversy and some major issue, as though it's when the history of the Supreme Court will be written, this will be mentioned. I mean, come on, for God's sake. The Chief Justice has said, forget about it, didn't bother him, and life moved on. It's not such a major thing as it is being made out to be.
And how will you actually look at Chief Justice's reaction? Many believe he's been magnanimous in moving on and not really pressing charges.
Our judges have always behaved this way. I don't think you people are now very conscious of what goes on in courts. We are used to this kind of grace and understanding and maturity from our judges. And I would have expected nothing less from a judge like Justice Gavai. So I don't think it's such something so big that needs to be converted into an event. What we need to be debating, and nobody is talking about that. What we need to be debating, and I have said this more than once, I think Mr. Sibal said it that day, Mr. Mehta also brought this up. This intrusion of the social media into the court now is creating a major problem. In our system, there has to be a free and frank debate, as we say, inside the courtroom. And I think we have to now apply what in England we call the Chatham House rules. Whatever is said inside the court stays inside the court. What goes out is the judgment. If you want to hear what is going on, come and sit in the courtroom or hold your peace. And now proceedings are televised, you can watch proceedings. But this kind of social media picking up every little word which escapes the mouth of the Chief Justice and then putting it on front page. See, judges many times make comments, judges many times ask questions, and we respond to them. Judges ask sharp questions, we give sharp answers. The matter moves on. But, this vocabulary of the media, phatkar lagai Supreme Court ne, Supreme Court gave a strict warning to the government, the Supreme Court gave this to the government, Supreme Court gave that to the government. And I don't agree, I'm sorry, I don't think this is the way social media should be impeding the proceedings in a court. And I'll tell you one thing, and I say so public. Chief Justice Chandrachud used to speak of what I was surprised to hear an expression. He used to call it the conversational jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. Sorry, I don't think the courts have any conversational jurisdiction. The Supreme Court speaks through its judgments. What is said in court are comments and questions to lawyers. They are directed at lawyers, the lawyers respond. Nothing less and nothing more. And that's where it has to be. And I think something will have to be done about this over-intrusive social media, your bar and bench and Law Chakra and others who pick up one word and then will make a big issue out of it and say, oh, this is what was said and that is what was said, and then feed into these controversies.
Okay. Mr. Salve, this lawyer who actually tried to attack Justice Gavai with his shoe claimed that he was upset over oral remarks that Justice Gavai had made in a hearing about praying to Lord Vishnu over a case where the petitioner had demanded the restoration of idol at Khajuraho. How do you see that?
The petitioner did say it. The petitioner's lawyer did not say it. It was a comment which was made. The matter was over. It is some law channel which picked it up, which played it out of and blew it completely out of proportion. The Chief Justice said, look, it was, it is sometimes these judges, the workload they have, they get provoked by petitions which, according to them, are misconceived. So a sharp comment was made. He clarified it had nothing to do with any faith in any religion. He respects all religions equally. The matter should have ended there. It is because the social media blew it so out of proportion that this lawyer got all charged up and thought he needs also to be seen publicly. Because this is the other problem, everybody wants to be seen as doing something. So he wanted to be seen. So he is seen now, and for the last 4 days we've been talking about this gentleman. Nobody knew of his existence before this happened.
Finally, would it be in the interest of everyone concerned that the entire transcript of the court proceedings be made available so that there is no recipe or, for confusion?
It is public. It is public. You can log on to the Supreme Court courtroom and hear what you have to hear. What is said is audible to every citizen of India and outside India, whoever wants. I don't think there's any court which is more transparent. All our court proceedings are online, especially Supreme Court. So please don't talk about transparency. It's this quoting things out of context. These one-liners. Judges make comments. You add your gloss saying, oh, the Supreme Court gave a firing to the government of India. The judge is asking the Solicitor General some hard questions becomes a firing to the government of India. Or the judge is asking some hard questions of the petitioner. Oh, the petitioner was rebuffed by the Supreme Court. This kind of commentary. Then believe me, somewhere or the other, it affects the mind of the lawyer making a submission when he knows anything he says will be dramatized. Mr. Sibal rightly protested when he used to appear for West Bengal government. He used to get death threats and all kinds of things because of this one-line reporting.
Mr. Salve, the judiciary is also not immune to what is being said on social media. If lawyers can get affected, what about judges?
They have not claimed immunity. I am telling you as a member of the bar. I find this is something wrong. This is a wrong trend. I know it inhibits lawyers from saying what they really want to say. And woe be the day where a judge feels if I ask a question or if I say something and these chaps sitting, these people who are these one-liner specialists pick it up and blow it out of proportion, I better not ask the question. What happens? I don't get a chance to respond to the judge's comment. The judge writes something in a judgment and I get upset saying, but I wish he had asked me, I had a complete answer to this. So this is what you people will cause. So please, in the cause of transparency, don't impede the free and fair working of the court.
All right, we leave it there. Mr. Harish Salve, thank you very much for speaking with us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective. With this, it's a wrap. Thank you for joining us here on News Hour Agenda this evening. Slipping into a short break. Stay with us.
The News Hour at 10 will be right